I'm Gilbert Gottfried. This is Gilbert Gottfried's amazing Colossal podcast. I'm here with my co-host Frank Santopadre at Nutmeg Post with our engineer Frank Verderosa. And we've interviewed a lot of famous and successful people on this podcast, but only a few can actually be called legend. Well, our guest this week is the real deal. He's an actor and comedian who's been making people laugh for the past 6 decades. He's played top nightclubs, sold-out theaters, headlined Carnegie Hall, and released best-selling comedy albums. In his long career, he's worked with everyone, from Jackie Gleason to Dean Martin to Tom Jones to Robert De Niro, to just name a few. Please welcome to the show one of the funniest men in the world, the low-key and laid-back Pasquale Caputo, Pat Cooper.
Why didn't you say that at my roast? You're the only one on my roast. You close my roast, and all you do is tell 17 dirty jokes.
That's right. That's all
And
he did.
everybody's going, why does he close it? I says, because he's a ball breaker. He had to close it. I said, because he says, you know, I can't follow Paco's fast. I said, you can follow anybody out of here. And I am not a legend. Let's get one thing straight.
Yeah, okay.
Now, you know, I love you and I care about you, but, you know, what are you going to do? You got to have some kind of friends. I am not a legend, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because the people in my business, including you,
Yes.
don't really say that from your heart. You don't know what a fucking genius I am. Now you're telling me that I'm a cripple coming out of the fucking hospital. Now you need me. You don't need me. You don't need me. If you didn't have that fucking voice, you know where you'd be now? On a merry-go-round. Trust me. On a fucking merry-go-round. And I love you, Gilbert, but I'll never forget my roast. Never. You failed so big that people said, Jesus Christ, you think this means he'll quit? I said, not this bastard, he'll never quit. He'll do another roast and break other people's balls. I said, but you know, and no one's going to roast you. They can't handle your voice. Fucking, how do you need this crap? You've got children. Go home, you know, suck on a nipple, do something constructive. Fucking believe it.
That was a memorable roast, Pat.
I'm sorry?
That was a great roast.
It
Your
wasn't. He
roast.
destroyed it. I was really building and building. Then I had to follow him. I'm saying, holy shit.
Jeff Ross was funny. Lampanelli was funny.
Well, Lampanelli's not funny. Lampanelli is an excuse to talk about sucking cock. You take that out of her, she's out of the business. And she's not funny. She's full of shit. Tell her. You can tell her I said it. She's got no respect for people who turned around are there to help and build her up. So she turns around, she says, well, you know, I want to give back to black people what we took from them. You took shit from your mother. For nobody you took. What did you take? Not a fucking bargain. They're all bargains in Italian. And I love when the parents go, well, you know, she's really a good girl. Bullshit. You don't suck cock on the national television. Do it like everybody does. They do it in a nice corner and they don't tell nobody. And then she loses 85 pounds and she lost comedy, whatever she had. No. I think she's going to work someplace else. She'll work in Carnegie Hall. She belongs in a hall. Unbelievable. I don't believe that woman. I don't believe none of these fucking people. I'm the last of me, thank God. 2 more of me, I'll kill myself twice. I don't understand. Nobody has joy. I don't see joy. Gilbert, I don't see joy in our business. I see everybody jockeying for their cock. That's what they're jockeying for. Nobody's jockeying for dignity and character. You blow yours when you were born. You know, your mother thought you were twins. I go, no, that's his character, debt. So, and my friend said, Pat, you know, Gilbert loves you. I said, why didn't he love me when I needed him? On my fucking roast, you could have said, Pat's a fucking legend. Now in the hallways telling everybody I'm a fucking legend. If this gets to Warwick, Pennsylvania, I'll suck cock. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I know.
Pat, let's go back.
Go back. We just came here.
I want to talk about you as a kid growing up in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
In Midwood? Do I have it right? Red Hook?
I was not actually born in Coney Island
I was
Hospital
born in Coney
when it was
Island.
closed.
He's from Coney Island.
I'm from, yeah.
You were born there too?
Yeah.
Not a curse.
Tell us about the old theaters, because this is great, good stuff from your book. Tell us about hanging out at the Roxy and the Strand and the Paramount.
Well, that was my life because I had no growing up in the sense that, you either work or there's the fucking door. I mean, my father, my mother had no mercy for nobody. That's it. So I would try to sneak out. I would see some of the greatest The amazing thing is, as dumb as I'm supposed to be growing, because we had no show business people in my house, and I spotted something. I said, why are the Jewish men funny? And I said, and because there was nobody else but the great was all Jewish comics. I fucking loved them. I said, and then I found out, simple, it's in the genes. And they have an automatic rhythm. And when you learn from that, rhythm is so important as a comic to get that wave and that groove. It's like going to hearing a jazz artist, and I adored all of them. All of them. And I would go home and get my mother and father beat the shit out of me. I would sit through, 6, 7 shows of Red Buttons or Jan Murray's, and then they came to my house when I worked Vegas, and I'm going, I fucking couldn't believe it. And they're looking up to me like, I'm the new guy. I'm going, when Berlin, these kind of guys, they said, Pat, you did something nobody did. I said, well, I didn't know what the fuck I did. He said, you did something nobody did. I said, well, that's good. Then a few years later, I went on Tom Snyder. I told everybody it was full of shit. And everybody said, your career's over. I said, no, I raised my price 1,000. I learned that from a Jew. See? Because you got to be different. You're different, and I respect you. And everyone, I don't fucking make a speech.
Tell us.
See, your thing is you.
Yes.
You're not a friendly guy. You don't deal with too many people because, you really don't have a certain kind of thing. I loved you on when what's the name? The tic-tac-toe. What's the name?
Hollywood Squares.
You were fucking dynamite. I mean, talking dynamite, I'm saying fucking thing. There was one time on one question you said about 18 fucking lines. And I'm looking at that. I was saying, you don't see that no more. Where the fuck you see that? Now you turn around, you're that kind of genius, and now we're in a fucking cell. So you not only throw away the duck, you throw away all the $1 million fucking jobs, and now you come here. You know what else? You want to be pregnant again. That's why you're in this fucking room. And your poor wife, she don't know. She goes, I got to connect to this guy. They'll fucking quit altogether. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, buddy.
You once said what was the difference between Jewish comedians and Italians. I remember you said to me, that you would watch Jewish comedians and you worshiped them.
Oh, I still do.
And the Italians sounded like assholes to you.
Well, the comics, you see, look, no. I was actually the first to say I'm an Italian with the name PatCooper.
Yeah.
See, Jackie Vernon was a wonderful comic.
Oh, yeah.
But, when I come out, everybody, Pat Henry said, I'm an Italian. Everybody's a fucking Italian. I said, Jesus, that caused a riot. Then everybody came out. Even Dice Clay, when he first came out, he begged to be Italian.
Oh,
begged to be Italian.
That's right. Jewish guy.
I know.
I remember you said, and you figured it out that the Jews went through years.
We kill people and the Jews are funny.
Yes.
Something like that,
yeah,
I know.
That the Jews went through years of suffering and slavery, and what did the Italians do? They sit in their yard. That's what I want.
Did you come to the roast of I'm so fucking old, it's embarrassing. The guy that passed away, burned himself alive, was a Pryor.
Oh.
Were you at Pryor's roast?
No.
I closed it. Nobody had balls to close it. All right? Now, why me? So I looked at some of the Jew comics and I said, well, give it to Pat. Give it to me. You're fucking crazy. Every giant was there. All the guys, and Richard Pryor, and he was in the wheelchair. And I don't know if you remember my opening line. I said, when are you going to die? And the fucking place went, I said, Italians, we shit, we eat, and we die. You fucking made an epic out of this fucking thing. And everybody's going, I don't fucking believe what he said. I said, he can say it. If I say it, I'm a piece of shit. Right? Yes. That's why nobody puts me into showbiz. They go, Pat, he's been around. What do you mean I've been around? I did everything a human being could do. I never became major star. I became a name performer. That's all it is.
Now, you told a story in your book where your
You
father...
read my book?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Are
both
you
read it.
fucking nuts?
Yeah.
It's a good read.
Your father was a bricklayer.
Yeah.
And he was sitting at the dinner table, and your mother was busting his balls.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's a true
Yeah.
story.
And then finally he stood
You want me
up.
to tell the story?
Yes.
Well, my father's got up because he was very quiet, never yelled at anything, but he could bury you with silence. He got up, he went into the bedroom, and he took out the wedding license, and he says, where does it say that this is a license? I got to take your shit. I said to myself, I wish I said that to what a fucking idler. My old man didn't know about an idler. He goes, and then one time when he turned around, he said, all my life, I don't want to know expense. I want to go to work. I don't want to know house. I don't want to that. And behind his back, my mother was getting ready to buy a house. True story. And he finds out. He goes, well, let me speak it to you. When he says that, you know the shit's going to hit the fan. He says, I hear now that you bought a house. And I told you I don't want to know about a house. So next time you want to get a fuck, go fuck your house. And he walked out, never came back, lived in the Hotel St. George for 32 years. That's a fucking man.
Wow.
He didn't give a fuck. He said, I don't get married you to take your shit. That's all. And my father says today, you don't go to college. Don't be stupid. You go to school? No, a little bit. He said, first you take a job. After the job, then you go to school. Because when you go to college at first, in 4 years, there's no job. So who the fuck is smart? I go, gee, that makes a lot of sense. I went out and worked. Today, the kids don't work. They want to go because they want to play in the plant. They want to fuck what they do in college. See, I'm a genius of myself. Nobody else thinks I'm a genius, but I'm a genius of myself. And I say that once in a while in the hallway.
And you told a great story about Al Martino.
Oh, I got a lot of stories about him. Good
Yeah.
singer. Good singer. Al Martino was...
No, I should say to our listeners, known to
sorry?
most. I should say to our listeners, known to most people as Johnny Fontaine in The Godfather. That's how most people would know
ask him.
would know Al Martino.
We had Italian scenes years ago you're not going to have no more. That's all over. And we had Jerry Vale,
Sure.
and those kind of guys, and Al Martino, like I say, and we had a lot of them.
But there were a lot of performers you met who were owned by the mob.
What do you mean? You don't know you were owned by the mob? What, you fucker? You a Jew? You so full of shit. You were nailed to the fucking wall. You don't know how many times your wife went to bat for you. Then you want to know why she's got scar tissue on her ass. Think about that. You don't think you would. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
When you're a celebrity, I don't care if you're Italian Jew and there's an Italian wedding, you're going to be there. They don't give a fuck who you are. I went, there was me, Connie Francis, there was Jay Black, and there was the black comedian from does the impersonation from Chicago. He went to jail anyway.
George Kirby?
Yeah, George Kirby. You know, and we went there, and everybody says, "Are you getting paid?" I said, "What?" There's a wedding. I mean, gang. Everybody was there. The racket guys and even good guys were there too. I said, "You don't get paid at an Italian wedding. You shut your fucking mouth." They go, "What do you mean you don't get paid? You don't. You're doing it from your heart. Or you're going to wind up with broken fucking hands. What do you want to do? It's up to you." You know what they do?
What?
You never go for a fucking dime in a restaurant. You never pay a hotel fucking room. That's how they pay you. But they don't take it out of your pot and say, here's $10,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they would say, Pat, God bless you, we love you. It's okay. So I was staying at the Halloran House. I would go there at the end of the week. I go, what are you? You go, nothing. The old man took it. I said, my father don't go for shit. Road old man. Because they used to call the wise guys the old man. So I turned around. I said, geez, I don't, and anything. Go to a restaurant, never got a bill. Never. So what I used to do, if the bill was, say, $100, all right, they said, the boss says, you don't know. I would take the $100 and leave it as a tip to show that I wasn't a cheap fuck. So then you become a nice guy by doing that. But you were going broke anyway, so how the fuck can you win? But that kind of life was part of being Italian because they grabbed me. When I went on Jackie Gleason, I mean, Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, once I was getting phone calls, I don't remember half of their names. They say, you're with us. I says, I go to Chicago, I'm with them. I go to fucking Maine, I'm with them. Who the fuck am I with? You're with them. And it was okay. It was okay. Well, we took the gifts, whatever they gave me, and
There's a good story in your book, Pat, about you having to make a baby laugh at a wise guy's
Al
house.
Martino.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Chicago. 6 o'clock in the morning. Al Martino refused to die at 6 o'clock in the morning, let alone get up. And he says, Pat, you got to get up tomorrow to these wise guys. I said, yeah, I mean, there's a christening. He says, 6 o'clock in the morning. He said, I hear my voice. I said, well, I don't know what to say. He says, Pat, I said, they pack the room every night here. You got to reciprocate. You got to show. And we go there, and there's more scar tissue on the faces than on the fucking carpet. Everybody, Patty, God bless you. God love you. Jesus loves you. You're coming in for the baby. 6 o'clock in the morning. And the guy goes, Al, sing to the baby. And I goes, well, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but, I got to sing tonight. Please sing for the baby. He said, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I got to, my throat. Sing for the fucking baby. And Al turns around, and starts to sing, A Silent Night. And the kid starts to scream. I mean, fucking having convulsions. He said, you're making my baby cry. You hear? This is going on. I'm going, oh, now it's going, you don't know. He said, is it the song? He said, no. He said, you don't know how to fucking sing to a child. The kid can't breathe. The kid can't breathe. And he goes, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I goes, Pat, make the kid laugh.
Unbelievable.
What? Make the kid laugh. I said, he can't make the kid sing. You want me to fucking make the kids laugh? I can't make my son. I'm going to cry. I'm scared here. What the fuck's going on here? Make the kid laugh. And the kid's crying. I'm going, Gucci, little baby shit. Get out of here. I'll fucking break your neck, the two of you. We were thrown out at 7:30 in the morning.
Unbelievable.
Because you motherfucker making my kid cry. You'll stay out of my fucking way. And what are you going to do? Nobody believes that's the truth.
And didn't Al Martino leave the country for a while?
Well, Al had to leave the country, and let me tell you why. Al Martino had Here in My Heart and Your Balls Are Hanging, or whatever the name of the song was. And he was great, sang great. And, he goes to the wise guys. He says, I need help in the slot machines and all. I mean, the machines, Wurlitzer machines, the nickel and dime machines to play his record. They said, you got it, Al. You got it. Okay? Maybe 2, 3, 4 million of those machines around Chicago, and they were playing that fucking record like you couldn't believe. Playing it. Okay? Now, about 6 months go by, Al, where's the paper? He goes, what paper? He goes, what the fuck? What do you mean? You got to give us $25,000. He said, for what? He said, we put your record in the machines. We had it played on the radio. He says, I don't give you nothing. They said, you don't give you nothing? He said, okay, now you're going to see us. He left 2 days later, took a plane, never came back, went to Germany. He went to Germany and started singing, and he became a big hit in Germany. Then, finally, years later, he had to pay to get back in the country. He reached out for a few guys to get, but he had to pay that $20,000, and he finally paid the $25,000. But a stubborn man. That was him. I said, Al, $25,000, they made you a number one hit. How the fuck are you not paid him? And he said, not me. I don't pay nobody. You don't give nothing. Well, the Italians, look, I'm a pretty good Italian, but a lot of Italian performers don't pick up a check. They don't pick up a check. They go, hey, Nick, how's everything? Is this your table? I said, no, I'm waiting for a bus. Of course it's my fucking table. Joe DiMaggio, my closest friend, forced 5 balls on me. I said, Joe, how many balls can I take of you? Yeah, I said, I don't sign. I don't want nothing. I love you. You're my idol. I said, do me a favor. I don't want the balls. He puts to PatCooper, Joe DiMaggio. I said, take the name off so I can give it to the kids. He goes, I can't take their name off, Pat. That's why. He says, then you'll sell it. Then I'll sell it? Your fucking balls? I gave it away anyway. I don't save my autograph. Because you know why? It's mine. So if I die, they're going to go, hey, we got to fuck him. Everybody now, I just read in the paper that Joan Rivers is going to start selling her lampshades. I mean, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this pain in the ass? How the fuck can you be that way? Now she's selling a vase for $300. I mean, next to be selling her, tea bags. What is wrong with you? You're fucking dead. It's fucking over. What the fuck more do you want? You're broke balls up here. You're not the nicest fucking girl on the planet, and you're full of shit, Joan. So cut the shit. Don't be that way, because I worked with you, and you're full of shit. I said, you make me laugh, people like you. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Now we're gonna buy your fucking furniture. Why? Give me one fucking reason why. I said. I turned down Van Gogh. The fuck am I gonna do with him? I said. That's right. What am I gonna do with all that shit? Then when I want to see who anybody wants to buy Van Gogh, they'll go, who the fuck is Van Gogh? But the people I know don't know who Van Gogh is anyway.
Now, when you were first, your big break on the Jackie Gleason show, after you did that, you were getting calls from your in-laws and your father.
No, my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, that's shit. Everything hit the wall. Because at that time, I'm separated. See? So naturally, I'm working the 802s in Brooklyn, I'm working in Queens, and I'm making a couple hundred here and then. I'm happy. I don't expect stardom. I'm fucking happy. I'm driving a cab, I'm laying brick. I'm doing okay. Supporting my kids, I'm doing okay. Who the fuck figured Willie Weber, as you know, was one of the big agents, said, you hang out with me, I'll get you on Gleason. I'm going, another fucking wacko's going to get me on Gleason. And I said, all right. And he would say, yeah. And he kept his word. And when I went on that show, I'll never forget that day. I was all by myself. There was nobody there. I was working in a little hot dog stand, helping a guy out in Greenpoint. I put my tuxedo on. The baker came along and drove me to the studio with Jackie Gleason, a true story. And Jackie comes downstairs and he goes, let me tell you something, Cooper. If you weren't the greatest, you couldn't do my show. And I just froze. I was all by myself in the vestibule. And I must have talked so fast I don't fucking remember that night. And then Sunday, we taped on Tuesday. It was show on Saturday. Sunday, I had the Copacabana with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. 2 weeks later, I worked with Bobby Darin at the Flamingo. I worked with Tony Martin in Reno. I was getting money that I never, $1,500 that we got to kill my mother. Never saw that kind of money. I'm going, Jesus Christ, $1,500 fucking dollars. Holy, I'm working with these big guys. But I really was not prepared for the Sinatra show because that got me uptight because I could not work free because it was Frank Sinatra and they were waiting for him and I followed Count Basie's band, April in Paris. You got to follow that. And they go, here he is, PatCooper. And I walk out and it was like, why the fuck are you here, son? Who the fuck needs you? Bring on the old man, Phil Harris. I said, Phil, what's the matter? You can't find a girl? Well, a couple of days later, Frank Sinatra calls me in. He said, don't go out there and make those kind of remarks. I said, Frank, no disrespect. I don't tell you what to sing. Don't make an ass out of me. And Jelly almost shit a brick. He goes, you told Frank that? I said, yeah. I'm all by myself out there. I wish the fuck they fired me. I couldn't I couldn't buy a laugh. I couldn't buy a fucking laugh. And they kept me there for 56 shows. And I didn't really get to know Frank. I got him at Vinnie Pineo's Rocky Lee's. I go to Rocky Lee's and said, Pat, Frank wants to say hello to you. I said, Frank, who? I don't think it's Sinatra. I sat down with him. We started to tell stories, and I became his friend. But I was not with that show. I didn't belong there, and I know it. I didn't belong on Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson didn't know where the fuck I came from. I was terrible.
You have a story in your book, Pat, about Johnny Carson.
He peed on my shoe.
Peeing on your shoe.
I was on West End Avenue, me and my wife, where we hung out in Jellies. And, everybody's waiting for Sinatra, and everybody's waiting for Sinatra. And Frankie Randall, I think, was working at the piano player or the other guy that Judy got on to use him as a conductor. And I go into the bathroom, and I'm hearing brrrr on my shoe. And I'm going, oh, who the fuck? You're pissing on my shoe. He goes, I'm Johnny Carson. I said, I don't give a fuck if you're Kid Carson. You're not going to pee on my fucking shoe. And I had to go home, and because I lived on West End Avenue, you're going to change my pants. And everybody said, how can you do this? They Frank, fuck, to watch Johnny Carson. I said, who the fuck is he? Nobody does that to me. My father did not spit at him. Are you fucking crazy? And they said, trouble. This guy's trouble. Because at that time, when I was opening my mouth, you're not supposed to say nothing. Now everybody's opening their mouth. Now they're all getting series. Everybody's getting a fucking series. And I'm saying to myself, when I said I didn't like so-and-so, I didn't like so-and-so, fuck them too, and fuck them too, they were going to Pat, you blow your career. I said, I didn't blow my career. My dignity is more important than that bullshit. I said, I'm not going to give up my dignity. How am I going to look into people's eyes? And they said, well, you shouldn't back off. And I see it today. They still don't protect their dignity a lot of them. They want the fucking money. They don't give a fuck.
And what was your opinion on Carson?
Carson was one of the most brilliant of that 30 years. I'm drinking water. Nobody like him. People forget there was nobody like Steve Allen. There was nobody like Jack Parr. Johnny Carson lasted 30 years. All right? But an unfriendly fucking man. And when he did that to me, I figured he would forget about it. He moved to California, and they tell me to go on a Carson show. He heard my name. He said, not this guy, not on my show. I said, fuck him. Okay, how do you remember? You be on my show, and I got to be the bad guy. So in other words, your dignity, fuck you. I said, fuck you and Johnny Carson. I'm still here. He's dead. Fuck him.
You outlasted him, Pat.
Huh?
You outlasted him. Tell us about some of the other clubs. Tell us about playing Latin Quarter and Gillies and the Copa.
The greatest Copacabana will never be another one like that. Never be another one. You talk about nerves, and you talk about some of the great guys that I love, and I still love them, had a problem walking down those 3 stairs. And I had no problem because I don't know why I didn't have a problem. I just ran down and did whatever I did, and everybody said I got good reviews. But still, I wasn't ready for the ad-lib part of my career because I was scared to take a chance. You know, I said, maybe I better not this show me. Maybe Frank will get mad if I say this. Now I don't give a fuck what they say because I made a little bit of a reputation. And people were saying, Pat, you know, on the Mike Douglas and all the other shows, I was funny as hell. Always had great stories to tell. Frankie Valli, all right, no sense of humor. Guy said, Pat, how'd you like Frankie Valli on the Sopranos? I said, I'd rather get Death Valley. He calls up some guys to call me and tell me to lay off. I said, the mafia's going to beat the shit out of me? What the fuck, you people, crazy? Billy Crystal. They honored him as the man in the bar in the fucking Friars. And I'm there. Big mob's there, Billy, because I love Billy. Great talent. And I woke up and said, Billy, I don't get upset, but I turned it down. He went, what? I said, I didn't tell him. I don't want to be named after a bar. They gave it to you. It's a joke. He calls he called the owner. Who the fuck was running the Friars? He goes, he turned it down. They go, it's PatCooper. How the fuck? He goes, he got shook. As you're a major fucking star. You're insulted? It's a joke, you sick bastard. Yeah, I did 2 movies with him, and he keeps looking at me asking my wife, how do you live with him? My wife goes, he's a genius. That's the only way you can live with this guy. That's why I used to tell my wife, God love her, I used to say, they don't pinpoint me as, say, one of the comics. I don't even make that rate, and that's okay because it doesn't mean nothing. I made my mark what I had to do, but that would offend me when I know guys are not in my fucking league. And you turn around and tell me I'm not in that league, I'm not fucking insulted. But I go about, I end. Now, the reason I didn't want to come in because I don't like all that shit, I said, I quit. I quit, not quit, I really retired, it's over. I have trouble because my body said it's fucking over. And when it's over, it means I can't remember. And they said, well, get some papers and put it on the piano. I said, if I got to do that, I'm not going to be happy. And I left it. And I'm okay. I look at some other comics who shall not be named, should quit 10 years ago. They can't say dada. They can't talk. They spitting the fucking shit out. They have no respect for the audience. You have a respect for the audience. Where's your dignity? There's no fucking dignity. You're the biggest thing in the country. So you last 45 years of your life as the biggest thing. One day you're not the biggest thing. And you break everybody's balls. Now you hate everybody. Rodney Dangerfield, same thing. Rodney Dangerfield was an MGM. He put a thing in his ear, and his wife's got to tell him the jokes. And he's going, I can't hear you, honey. And the woman, people in the audience are going, what the fuck is that? He's got to hear the jokes on the... And now I'm hearing Al Pacino. In his play, he can't fucking hear. Then get off the stage. It's over, Al. We had The Godfather. It's finito. The fuck more do you want, Al?
Bob Hope at the end, too, Patty. Right? Bob Hope at the end. He also had his daughter was in an earpiece in his ear. The last bunch of specials he did. Well, NBC.
Look, I'm not against that you can't hear. I can't hear. They go, can't you hear? No. What is? You're deaf? Not yet. It's over. It's fucking over. That's like saying, fight Mike Tyson now. They don't. See, we're going to get you out. We're we will get you out.
I hope so.
I swear to you, if I'm alive another year or two, this will be a joke to you. You will turn around with your kids and take them to the fucking Brighton Beach where the Jews belong. You know that. And you will do a great job, and you're going to say to your kid, listen, Moish, trust me. Trust me. That man is a fucking genius, and we didn't give him the accolades. And the kids will go, what's accolade? I'll go, fuck yourself. That's what it's all about.
Pat, you've been friends with Jerry Lewis a long time. Tell us about seeing
Genius.
Yeah. we talk a lot about him on
A
this show.
lot of people put down Jerry Lewis.
No. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Because Jerry did a thing like, when Jerry became popular with Dean Martin, that fit. That was the glove for the two.
And you saw them
Tell
live.
us about seeing
but
them.
they always go, hey, there's a thing with the Japanese teeth. And you thought, this fucking guy is brilliant. What do you give me? He did songs, he did movies. I mean, this guy's like another Chaplin, and it's breaking his heart. And I know Jerry, I would love to see Jerry, fuck him, it's over. Get laid, fuck abroad, do something. But he loves show business so much, I think he wants to build a museum.
Now, and you saw Martin and Lewis live. What was that like?
It was a riot. Now, you got to know the Paramount Theater, and I don't lie. I saw Frank Sinatra, it cost me 55 cents when he was just starting the Rooney Crooning. When Dean and Jerry came, it was, fucking bedlam. Now, I knew Dean Martin, not putting him down when he had his old nose. His name was Dean Martin, but, you look at him, he wasn't a handsome guy. And I saw him at the Lower State, and he was, he bumped into Jerry out in Atlantic City. And what happened is the fucking genius of this whole team, Dean became a monster also. And he had to get rid of Jerry because Jerry unintentionally was overbearing with that great talent he had. He would sleep. He was doing fucking routines, this guy. He loved show business. I mean, you talk about loving it. He loved it. They don't make him like that no more. They don't go, I want to hang out. I want to be like George Burns. They want to die 45 or fuck abroad at 50. They don't worry about being the George Burns. Those guys are gone. Those oil paintings, you'll never see that no more. I worked with George Burns. I mean, when he said, Pat, I need 15 minutes. I said, I can't do it 15 minutes, George. He said, why? I said, I'm coming in next week with Tony Martin. You have to ask Tony Martin's permission if I can work 15 minutes for 3 days. He said, what? As you heard me, Mr. Burns, I'm working for him. He said, I got to call up Tony Martin to ask you to do 15 minutes. I said, I can't do it. He's got to let me loose. And he called up Tony Martin. And Tony fucking, God love his soul, I love Tony. And Tony says, well, Pat, do it for me. And fucking George, George goes, you little guinea bastard. I'll show you what the fuck I'm with. And he hugged me. He said, I'd never heard of that before. I said, it's called dignity. I would never do that to another performer. I said, I'm his comic. You don't do that. He said, I'm supposed to work with him on the opening night. And, crazy things like that, people say I'm a fucking asshole. Because sometimes guys would beg for the job. And I say, you don't have to beg for the job. You try to earn the job. But no, if you start begging, you lose your character as an individual. So people say, well, he's a fucking wise ass. I said, well, geez, don't you give me at least 10 cents credit that I'm trying to, keep my dignity a little something. I mean, I worked with a lot of big stars. I broke Robert De Niro's balls, not to break his balls. That's the kind of guy I am. I walked up and said, Bobby, what can I say? Can I say anything? What can I say doing a picture with you? What can I say? Tell me, say something. He doesn't know what the fuck to say to me. 2-3 years later, Robert De Niro thinks he's funny. My cock is funny. He don't belong in fucking humor. Okay? I'll tell you that right now. And now he's doing a movie called The Comedian. There's 9 million comedians out there that are fucking brilliant, and Mr. Happiness is going to do the fucking comedian. You know what he said? Why he's doing these pictures? What? He said he needs the fucking money. It was in the paper a week ago. Wow. He says he's got so much payment for his kids and for his ex-wives. I said, who the fuck cares? You're a trillionaire. You're a crybaby. Italians, same way. Terrible. Okay? But you can't do that.
But getting back to Lewis, you remained friends with him. You saw him as Martin and Lewis.
Came to my house.
Yeah.
But let me tell you where I saw him the first. I'm sure you saw it on the newsreels. They were so fucking hot that the street was mobbed. And Dean and Jerry were hanging out the window, throwing pictures. And I'm sitting there, and I never thinking I'm going to be in showbiz. I did a couple of impressions. I never really, I loved it so much, but I didn't have like a Jewish friend say, Pat, this is how the Jews do it. I'll guide you. I didn't have that. The Italian said, yeah, you're an asshole. What the fuck? If I did Al Jones and my father's, you're going to hurt your knee. But and they didn't help you. Old Jewish people and tough old Jews that I used to live in the neighborhoods, they would turn around, they go, hey, the schmuck, my son, the schmuck. I don't understand what they're doing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pascali, God bless you. Father wants you to be a worker. This schmuck guy's got to go to school to be a fucking genius. And I go, yeah, fuck the geniuses. You're right, Mrs. Van Banowitz. I didn't know what a genius was. But, the different coaches, and my father said, you work. Go to work. Fuck them. You got to have money. Otherwise, you're not going to, and you ain't going to get it from me. Never give you nothing. Nothing. Zippo. You want to eat? Yeah, that's what we eat. I said, I don't want to eat that tonight. Starve. Here's the fucking door. Today, it's called child abuse.
But you were one time booked to do the telethon.
Oh, yeah.
And they told you do like 5 minutes?
No. I didn't want to do it. I said, what the fuck, I'm going to do this. And they said, Jerry, now what I did not know, Jerry was not there. This is where he had the trouble. He was already taped some things, and he wasn't on that last one. I go to Jack Jones, another bargain. Remember Jack Jones?
Jack Jones.
I had something with him when that's another story. And anyway, I go there, and the guy that was on the cop show, the Jewish comic, wonderful guy. A skinny guy. Anyway, all right.
What?
Shit.
What?
Anyway.
Which cop show?
Huh?
Was it a cop TV show?
Yeah. He played like a detective. He lives in, he has a house in Spain. In France. You know.
Oh, Belzer.
Yeah, Belzer.
Oh.
Belz was the MC, okay? They said, okay, Pat, you're going on at 4 o'clock. I said, I ain't going on at 4 o'clock. No fucking way. I come all the way out here to go on 4 o'clock. I'll be on at 1 o'clock. I said, my fans are sleeping. They're old. Are you fucking nuts? He said, well, you got to go. You don't go on. That's Belz. Fuck you and fuck Jerry and all of them. I ain't going to do it, and I didn't. That's the truth. I said, don't tell me when to go on 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. So the guy, so she says, the guy said to me, well, Dean Martin's daughter's doing it. Let Dean Martin's daughter do it. I ain't going to go on that time in the morning and fucking... I said, you got to be fucking... And the theater was a bunch of cowboys. They can understand Italian. They're fucking going to know me about my act. And I said no, and we went back home.
And you... Scorsese asked you to audition for
you
Casino.
got to get a copy of the tape when we roasted Jerry Lewis, and he was sitting behind me.
Oh, yeah.
With Dean Martin. With De Niro.
De Niro.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for me, And they turn around and they says, hey, what was the name of the movie? I'll tell you the name
Casino.
of the movie. Casino. Wonderful mother. So the scene was going to be with me and his mama. And the secretary says, Pat, Mrs. Scorsese is going to send you a script. I said, oh, Jesus, I don't have to read or nothing. Yes, so I like the script. And he goes, Ma, how you feeling? I'm okay. Cut! I said, that's it? I said, no, I can't do this. I don't want to do it. She goes, you're going to tell him not to do it? I ain't going to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to read for a part. I want to read for Don Rickles' part because I think I'm a better actor than Don Rickles. I said, just let me read and fail. She goes, well, Mrs. Scorsese. I said, no disrespect to Mrs. Scorsese. I went to his mother. I apologized. I said, nothing personal, Mrs. Scorsese. I said, but I'm not going to do that. Why am I breaking my balls to be something? Then just go, brush me. The fuck am I? So you're not saying this guy's a name performer, not a star, but a fucking name. So and I forgot about it. Now we do to Jerry Lewis. All right, and he's behind me. And what's his name? De Niro's behind me. And I go, well, and now here we are, Mr. Scorsese, who threw me a bone to do the movie. And I explained to the people, and I'm busting his balls. I go, and here is how it was. Hello, Ma. Hi, son. Cut! Great Scorsese. Gave me a fucking cut. I said, and he's looking at me and go, oh, you're a fucking genius. Me, you're fucking cut. But at the time it was even funnier because he didn't have the balls not to laugh. And I said, and everybody goes, he's not going to give you another movie. Fuck him. I don't need another movie. How fucking dare you threaten me with him? Let him tell me he's going to do me another movie. I'll tell him, fuck you in your movie. Who the fuck are you? You were nobody at one time. All I wanted was a little part where my name said something. I got the 2 De Niro parts by accident. I got him, and I did a nice part. And that's, I had some meat in the fucking part. I said, now I'm getting old. I got to turn around and get him off. Fuck you. So even my wife says, she's from Robert De Niro. I said, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Now look at him. He's a genius. It's over. The great De Niro is fucking over, which is nothing wrong. He had his fucking moments. Take your cock out and jerk off. The party's over. And he's doing that right now. He's fucking doing it now. You saw him on national television. When he roasted Don Rickles, they made an asshole out of Don Rickles. How fucking dare they? How fucking dare they? Him and that guy, Bill Williams, the guy from the television, the guy who said he jumped out of a parachute. He jumped out of his sister-in-law's cunt. That's what he jumped out of. So he turned around, and what do you think? Look at the tapes. Look at the fucking tapes. He turns around, and they're making fun of Don Rickles, literally making fun of him. And Don don't pick up on it. He's false, making that he's laughing, but Don can't hear too good either. And Don's don't have that flow comedic like he always had. And he's just there, and they're jerking him off. And I'm yelling at the set, get the fuck off, you non-talented shit. Get the fuck off. You don't do that to a man of his caliber. And everybody said the next day, did you see what those guys did? I said, yeah, they made a jerk off out of Don Rickles. How dare they? This fucking guy, one of the greats. And Don, he's sitting there, and he should have quit. Don, quit. The fuck you doing? You're hopping again on the stage. You got a butler to take you to the stage. What do you need that? Lay down. Lay down. Have a matzah. Do some fucking. Become a Jew again. I said, the fuck more do you want? I mean, it's an insult. He's such a fucking the greatest fucking comedy days he had on television. Some of the funniest fucking things he had. Jesus Christ. I know you don't like Jesus Christ, but you say, Jesus, help me, Jesus. I can't tell you how much Moses don't bother me. Because you're Jesus. I mean, I appreciate what I got. And I knew him when he grew up, when nobody would talk to him.
Rickles, you mean?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to ask you about doing the Sullivan Show. There's a good story in your book about Sullivan asking you to remove a certain word from your act.
Here's a man that a fucking pen that taking a shit was funnier. And we were subject to a man with no fucking talent. We had to be monkeys in a fucking cage. He had no respect for the performance of my caliber. And I said, and I had to do my routine. I did it during the rehearsal. He goes, you can't. I said, what? He said, can't say pregnant. I said, well, it's not funny if I say expecting. Then you're not going to be my fucking show. I'm not going to be your show. And it wasn't funny. And I didn't say pregnant. I said expecting. And I'm saying, you got to kiss his ass, a man who can't swim in a puddle of fucking water. And he's calling himself a fucking great diver. How fucking stupid we were. How stupid we were. We were mesmerized by this man who had no fucking talent. He passes gas in sections. That's what he does. So don't tell me about fucking people. Now you can say it because these guys here in Howard Colossal, I was a fan. They gave him a show. One night it lasted.
Oh, yes. No, the Saturday Night Live show, yeah.
Howard Colossal. Where the fuck you belong on the entertainment stage? You're a ball breaker. You're a great genius of athletics and all that shit. But we had enough of that shit. It's enough with you and Holly and the other back and forth. Who gives a fuck? Let's get down to entertaining. And he winds up being the MC. Great talent, walking the street, can't get a job.
Do you remember that, Gil? Howard Cosell had that live show on Saturday night on ABC, the same time that Saturday Night Live debuted?
He lasted one night.
One night, yeah.
One night.
Now, one of your big breaks was when you were a kid. You went on like Your sister was going to sing on
True
some
story.
talent show.
The Fox Theater in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Every Monday night, they had, the amateurs. Now, in those days, I was a kid. I was doing Tommy Dorsey's trombone. I was doing Howie James' Flight of the Bumblebee. I was a fucking idiot, They go, Patty, do that thing with the trumpet. My father's going, Fangola, fucking a Fangola. That's what he'll do with your fucking mouth, your sister. And I said, no, that's Harry James. My father going to yellow gazzi, mama, the yellow gazzi.
You did impressions,
So
too,
we go down to see my sister's going to sing Ave Maria. You want to get any Catholic than that? Ave Maria. You hear me? Nobody was allowed to fart in the building at that time. He's getting ready to do Ave Maria. My little sister, my biggest sister, rather. And then Joe, think of his name in a minute. Joe, wonderful man. He says, now, ladies, he went into a hum. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he says, Grace Caputo is going to sing the Ave Maria. You see how quiet is it? Ave Maria. If she fucked it up, she was going to get a standing ovation. My mother walks up with a bunch of fucking flowers. Okay? And she had asthma, and she's sneezing her balls off with the fucking flowers. Now, before that happened, they come to me and said, Mr. Pasquale, we got in trouble. Joe says, they need another 3-4 minutes. I said, what do you want me to do? Well, your sister, they don't want to end it like that. He says, can you do 3 minutes? I said, okay. I'm a fucking dummy. See, Joe goes, ladies and gentlemen, here's Pasquale Caputo. He's going to do some impressions. Here's Harry James, here's Tommy Dorsey. And I get a fucking standing ovation. And I win the fucking $25, and they gave my sister the clock, which was broke. True story. And my mother wanted to kill me. If my father had a gun, he would have killed me right in the fucking theater. They scored, Patty, we love you, buddy. Go ahead, Pasquale. Spitting all over the fucking thing. But at that time, a kid like that, doing these kind of things, I said, what a pair of balls. Who the fuck would do that? I did it. And they never lived it down. See, my father would rather have my sister sing in Braille than me getting a hand doing Al Jolson. That's where their fucking mentality is. You understand? So, but I overstepped my life in that house. I didn't belong in that house. I had no fucking way living there. I ran away from home. Nobody looked for me. Because, you gotta make a stand. So...
You did impressions too, Pat. You said you did Jolson.
I did everybody. I did Cagney. I did Cagney backwards, forward. I did Cagney in Spanish. I did Cary Grant. I
Did you do
I was
Peter
like a
Lorre,
little kid
too?
in the corner. It was like coming in my pants, better than sex. When they went, Pat, do Cary Grant. They go, Judy. Then I went, do Cagney. Oh, you dirty rat. And they go, Pat. I go, I was so fucking happy. I'll die now. My father goes, it's under the corner, making a jackass, I go to confession. I go, Pascal, the priest. Yes, Father. He says, you got into sin. I got no sins. What sins can I have, Father? Really? He says, well, you have to say what's on your mind. I go, you dirty rat, Father. You dirty rat. He goes, you're doing the Jane McCagany in front of Christ? I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, I'll tell your father you'll do a James Agogany. I said, I'm going to get you. You understand, Father? Don't give me no bullshit, Father. That was all. I called my father. My father wanted to throw me out the fucking window. And my father never went to church. I mean, it's all hypocrisy, the bullshit. So when you do something and it's off center, that's good. That's good. I don't mean to kill somebody like that. I don't mean that. But to do something, and I know when I got off Tom Snyder in 1980, and I told Tom Snyder who the fuck I didn't like. I mean, the Tom looked at me like I couldn't believe it. Because I said, fuck it, I'm going to fight back. I'm an opening act, but I'm not a piece of shit. They would send their flunkies, Stephen E. would send their flunkies. Tell that guy to do this. I say, you paying me? Are you fucking paying me? Don't tell me what the fuck to do.
Who are some of the people you don't
Well,
like?
Stephen Eady.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett years ago. Tony never remembered who I was. Tony would turn around and go, Pat, let's work together. I says, we're working now. What don't you remember? And then a couple of singers, Jerry Vale I went after. I went after
Lola
a lot of
Falana,
people.
I think.
And I don't regret it. Because it was the greatest fucking thing making me feel good that I said what was on my mind. And if it meant my career, I'd have fuck it. because I wasn't going to get myself trapped into that because I wasn't raised that way, but I was raised that way without my mother and father. My mother and father say, get the money, shut up, and go to bed. Get the money, go. So I said, I want to be something. I don't have to have, I was a cab driver. I had more pussy than pussy was out there. I was getting laid. My laid was getting laid. I had my first black woman. I cried. I wanted to marry her. I went fucking nuts. When she said, calling me the brother, nobody ever called me the brother. Well, I'm noshing on her. I went like a fucking wild man. And I was a kid. I was about 112 pounds, 6'2", and I was in a cab. And they go, you're the brother, Mama. You are the brother. I said, oh, my God. I jump in the fucking back. And I want to experience that to people. And I wanted my kids to know. And they don't fucking know. They got no heart. That's part of life. That's part of fucking life. That's why you shouldn't say that on television. Fuck you. You got to say it.
Okay, Bobby Darin.
Wow. What a fucking talent. God love his soul. What a talent. God almighty. What a natural to die at 36 years old because he had a bad heart. And I'm working with him at the Flamingo. Wow, first time in Vegas. I went from the Reno with Tony Martin, and I went to. I want to cry because it's such a moment. You'll never have that. Nobody today will have those kind of moments. Copacabanas and all that. I was very, very, So I go into the rehearsal and I walk over and say, Bobby, how are you? PatCooper, hey Pat, how are you? How you doing? I said, fine. I said, how much time do you want? He said, 11 minutes. I said, okay. Now they had a clock on the floor. So when you walk out, it starts out with 11, 10, 9, So, and I go out there and I do 11 minutes, and I walk out, and I finish. He comes out, he's doing Mac the Knife, whatever the fuck he's doing. And a couple of days later, he comes to me and says, Pat, I'm going to go pick up my wife at the airport. I said, okay. Stay on the stage till I come back. Now, all I had was 11 minutes, another 3 minutes. What the fuck? I got scared. I said, well, how fast will you come back? He said, I'll be back in a few minutes. So I go out there, and I'm doing my 11 minutes, and I'm starting to ad-lib whatever I can remember. And I go, is he there yet? Is Bobby coming there? Is he better? He'll be right back. He'll be back. Is he coming? He'll be, ladies and gentlemen, I swear, on my mother's eyes, I swear he'll be here. Is he back yet? No, never came back. Because her plane was late, and he's waiting there. Now when he comes back, they shut the show down. There's no second show. Because what the fuck you doing? I'm doing? Who the fuck told you to go pick up your wife? Can't you go fucking get a guy to pick up your wife? You're a fucking star. I could have picked up your wife. I could have done my 11 fucking minutes. I could have gotten in the cab and picked her up. And if she's late, who gives a fuck? You're not working with me no more. All right, I ain't working with you no more. And I went to the Copa with him after that. And a couple more times after that, another bargain in our fucking business. Paul Anka. He should have been a fucking anchor. I should have thrown him in that fucking water. A disrespectful, no fucking manners, this red bastard. I'd love to fucking eat his bananas up.
What happened?
56 fucking
56 shows, yeah.
Never said hello to me. Never acknowledged that I was a piece of shit on the stage. Nothing. I go on the last show. I tap him on the shoulder. I stopped him singing. I said, Paul, my name is PatCooper. I just finished 56 fucking shows with you. Can't you say hello? And he's still singing. You're not working with me no more, right? 6 months later, I'm down in the Massachusetts, one of the theater in the rounds. He's in a plane. Pat! I'm yeah, what is it? He says, hold the show. He said, my plane's going to be late. Fuck you, I'm going home. And I went home. That's why my fellow comedians, when I was growing up with, didn't have the decency, Pat, God bless you got balls, fuck them. They would complain to me, say, yeah, you're right, that cocksucker. I said, why didn't you say something? I got to defend you? I said, you ought to be ashamed. You say, yeah, but he's Tony Bennett. I got like Tony Bennett, but they don't shit on you. What the fuck is that? The fuck are these people? Who the fuck are these people? Let me know who these people are that they can piss on you.
How about Lola Falana,
I want to know. When they can piss, my mother couldn't piss on me. My father couldn't piss on me. I'm going to make strangers piss on me? Fuck them again.
How about Lola Falana? Lola Falana
was a mistake. Lola Falana had acts open for her that were bigger than her. Dom DeLuise, Frankie Valli, and couldn't sing, nice figure, and I don't know. Wayne Newton was running that club at that time, And he put her back in there, and he put her as a headliner. And, and he put her as a headliner. And I said to my wife, let's go back and see Lola. I said, she sees me in the audience. Maybe she thinks I don't want to go back. I go back. And I knock on the door. And the maid, yes, can I help you? I said, I'm PatCooper. Would you tell Lola I'd like to say hello? She did a great job. I'm sorry, she's napping. I said, just got off the stage. What does she do, nap standing up? I said. She said, I beg your pardon, sir. I says, my wife and I, we want to. She said, I beg your pardon. She's napping. The woman has another show tomorrow. I said, I had another show tomorrow. I'm not napping. Then I go on to Tom Snyder, and the name come up, and I went after her. I said, not a bargain. Not a no talent. Not a no talent. Now, what do you think she said when career was over? I went celibate. Who the fuck asked you?
Now, what about Bob Hope?
Well, Bob Hope, I got a call from a lady today that asked me to do a movie. And she said, Pat, I followed you around. That's not very nice of you. She goes, I work for Bob Hope. I said, cheap prick, a real cheap prick. She goes, what? That's one of the cheapest pricks in the world. Wouldn't go for a fucking quarter. If you wanted a fucking water, she's going, Pat. He said, he was all right to me. Yeah, he like you. Piece of shit. I said, I can't stand people who are stingy and fucking miserable. I said, he never picked up a check. He never did nothing. I said, and that's the story. She goes, Jesus. She said, Pep, I know you got to. I said, I got a big fuck him out. He's cheap. The whole fucking world should know he's cheap. But meanwhile, we all saluted him like he went to in the fucking war. He did nothing. What did he do? He went in front of people and go, I'm Bob Hope, entertain you. Where's the fucking bullets? If there were bullets there, you wouldn't see Bob. No, Bob Hope. They're full of shit. And they all got their fucking perks. A lot of Bob takes a perk. His perk takes a perk.
And Alan King.
One of the best, let me see if I can pronounce that, monologists. One of the best. And I don't know why I never got along with him. I don't know why I never got along with him. He turned around. I worked with him at the Sinatra Theater in Florida, and he opened up for me for 5 minutes, and then I wanted to mind, then he closed, and he became the thing of the Friars.
The abbot.
I said, you ought to get Costello. And that was the end of me and him, his relation. And he was a pretty good, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, bada. And, but one thing I will say about him, and I thanked him, and he looked at me and said, I'm fucking nuts. I said, you're very kind with your compliments. I said, Alan, and he looks at me and goes, are you all right? I says, yeah, I'm all right. He says, do you have problems getting up in the morning? I said, yeah, I get up. That's my problem. And we never really got together, only the couple of days that we worked in Florida. But one of the tops, I mean, if I didn't like him personally, I didn't like him, I'd say he's one of the tops. He was one of the best, and you never tell somebody, say, I don't like him. Is he funny? Funny. I don't like him. Fucking dynamite funny.
Your buddy Steve handed me a note here, Pat. It says Shirley MacLaine.
I should have got Barton McLean.
Remember Barton McLean?
Yes,
What a reference.
yes.
Wow.
Listen to me. There was a guy in Florida, in Vegas. I can't think of his name. He did like, Walter Winchell kind of thing. Loved my ass. Because I used to open my mouth, say, they always gave him something to write. Anyway, she's working the Caesar's Palace, Shirley MacLaine.
Yes.
Bombs. Okay? None of my business. I go about my business. 5-6 months later, Pat, you're working with Shirley MacLaine at the MGM. I said, okay. I said, fine. I said, can I get billing with this fucking broad? Because, she steps out of her body. You know that, don't you? I said, tell her when she steps out, not to go back again. So listen to this. And her boyfriend at that time was Pete the writer. Pete
Hamill.
Yeah.
Pete Hamill.
Pete Hamill, okay? And there's a big statue of her with her legs spread in a dancing motion, and my name's between her crotch. So I'm driving down, I'm going, wait, what the fuck's my name doing behind her crotch? I go backstage, who put that fucking sign up? Guy said, well, we have this is PatCooper. I get equal billing, not behind her fucking crotch. Take my fucking name down of there. So they go, well, we have to move her leg. I don't give a fuck if you move her body. I'm not going to be in her fucking crotch, I said. I said, you got some fucking nerve. And she gets wind of it. So I go backstage. I go, Mrs. McLean, I said, I ain't putting my body on my face behind no. She goes, well, look, I needed that for, why? Give me one answer why. Pete Hamill's on the floor, peeing, screaming, laughing. I said, I don't understand you. Who the fuck are you? Why can't I be? If my mother comes by and sees me between your crotch, now what? She goes, well, she just, I don't like your attitude. Oh. I worked with her 2 weeks. Oh. That was the end of me with her. Now she walks out of her body, she waves at people, goes back in again.
Milton Berle.
Never be another one like him. Never, 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 never. What this man got accused of was remarkably funny, but it was not true. Because he was better than what they accused him of stealing shows. They didn't know how fucking great this guy was. This guy did everything. This guy did movies. Even some of the small movies he made, he was brilliant. And all you assholes out there, all you fucking assholes out there who think you're funny, this guy signed a 30-year contract with television where nobody wanted to go on. This happy Jew went on and became the greatest fucking comic in the world. I said, even Hitler loved him, this motherfucker. Don't tell me about Milton Berle. Don't bury him and say he steals. He steals your cock is what he steals. Don't tell me about Milton Berle.
Wow.
The fucking guy's a genius of him. Genius. 30 fucking years on television, and he had to get beat up by a cardinal. A cardinal couldn't mind his fucking business. Couldn't mind his business. Let Berle go on another year or two. No hard feelings. I'm a Catholic, but I love the cardinal.
I didn't realize Hitler was a Berle fan.
I mean, think about it. I don't hear the Jews say, we love you, Milton. You're the only one. That's what the fuck's the matter with the Jews. They're going to fight. He steals everybody's coke. You know why? Because the Italians relate to the word steal. So they think he's one of them. He steals jokes. Yeah.
So, Buddy Hackett.
Buddy Hackett, God love. Buddy Hackett was completely nuts. Completely
Didn't he carry a handgun around with him, Pat?
Sorry?
Didn't he carry a handgun around with him?
He carried everything, his balls, his handgun, everything. He was very funny.
Yes.
Very funny. And if you didn't like him, you didn't like to laugh. And he did and said things that were really hurtful. We went to a party where they were... they were christening a baby, or I don't know what the Jewish people say.
A bris?
It was a girl.
Oh.
And said, Buddy wants to say a few words. And, and he's an icon. He's one of a kind. And my wife, my wife thinks that, that Jesus is coming back, so she's a very heavy Catholic. And she's sitting down, and Buddy goes, well, that's, the way he talks to his mouth. He says, this one little baby girl, she's the next blowjob. I almost fought on my wife goes, Pat, tell me, Mother of God. Tell Mother of God that he didn't say that. He's a Jew. He don't know Mother of God. The fuck do I know? I said, that's jokes. Those are jokes. He don't mean anything, a blowjob at you. She goes, well, why do people put that thing in their mouth? What the fuck do I know? The fuck if they put the fucking smoke and that shit in their mouth, that's all right. If they put cocaine up their ass, that's all right. He's talking about the kid when she was 15, 18, what the fuck do I know about blowjobs? I said, I'm married to you. You never gave nobody a blowjob. Fucking people. So that's the truth. You think I'm kidding you? That's fucking nuts. That's why they don't put me in with the crowd. See, you're in the crowd and you're not that talented. See, they don't want to offend you. I'm serious. I mean, but you're a good laugher. That's what you should be in the audience.
You're a good laugher, Gil.
I was so amazed that when you couldn't curse on the stage, I never cursed. Now that I could, I mean, shit. When I went after Howard Stern, I said every curse that wasn't even invented. And he was right across the hall. And they go, get that guy off. Get him off. I said, I'm a fucking American, you asshole. You come over here and get me. I was on, what's his name? Anthony and...
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. I fucking cursed him. And people till today say, why are you mad? I'm not mad at him. I'm pissed that the fucking man doesn't say, I did that and I said that. All of a sudden, he says, I'm going to semi-retire, and I'm going to apologize to everybody I called a cocksucker. I says, you're full of shit. You're a fake. And I lost my respect for you. So you got married again. Now you want to change your fucking image? You're still a piece of shit. That's it. I go. Now they said, he's going to sue you. Sue my fucking balls. My lousy $30, you can shove it up your ass, too. I mean, what, you know, it's. And I was the funniest fucker on that show, 10 years. The fucking funniest, okay? And then they said, well, he's going to answer you. He ain't answering nobody because when you tell the truth, he can't. I don't want to make an enemy. I just want to tell him why when you say to somebody, they're pieces of shit or toilet this, toilet that, and you laugh, I said. You're not fucking man to tell them to their face because they'll break your fucking head. I went, right? And that's why I went after him. Now he's just signed for another 5 years. He's going to do 3 days a night, I think. And people said, why don't you go back again? I said, no, I'd rather go with with Hitler in the Jewish neighborhood.
There was one part in your book where you said among the mobsters, there was an expression, a gingerella.
Yeah. Well, a gingerella is a guy that's not sure if he's queer.
Leave it to you, Gilbert, to focus on the gingerella.
Yes.
I knew you'd find that in the book.
You got people writing for you.
So there would be mobsters who were...
They were all over.
Yeah.
It was part of the fucking show business. You know, they were scared of you because they weren't sure if you were alive. They thought you were a Jewish Shetland pony. That's why you got away. They said, take care of everything. They always call you a kid. You're what are you, about 70 now, right?
Not quite.
Fuck.
God. You want to wind out?
Yeah, my shorts are ripped. Hurry
all
up.
Right.
I'll give you a couple of more names.
Okay.
And then
we'll plug the book.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
The book is hilarious, Pat.
It is very funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't say anything. You don't give up. The minute I walk out, thank God he's gone.
Ginger Rogers.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what a thrill. What a fucking thrill. Oh, mother of God. Pat, you're going to work with Ginger Rogers. Oh, fuck. At the desert in 2 weeks. And I go in there and I said, holy shit. What an icon. What a fucking icon. I used to go in the movies and watch her intense fucking dancing around. And I knock on the door and the woman comes out. I said, excuse me, would you tell Mrs. Rogers I'd like to tell her what an honor it is to be working with her. I said, Jesus, you have no idea. And she comes, because, oh, Pat, how are you? I said, Mrs. Rogers, give me one of those. And she started to laugh. She goes, come later, says Cary Grant's coming. I said, what? Who's coming the truth? I swear on your mother. She goes, I don't swear on my mother. Cary Grant's coming. She goes, yeah, I wanted to meet him. And I go, and she calls me on the phone. She goes, come, he wants to say hello to you. And I go in there, and I go, Judy, do me a favor. Stop doing that shit. I was so fucking nervous. I couldn't just sit there, hey, Mr. Grant, I would have shit in my pants. Because this is the first man I wanted to put my tongue in his mouth. I said many years ago, we all have, that hormone that we want to suck a cock. I said, this is the closest I think I want to. I said, oh, baby, I'd like to get. And she goes, isn't it? She goes, isn't he wonderful? I don't know what it is. I said, Jesus Christ, oh, my God. She goes, Pat, you were such a gentleman. And I said, I would have jumped him. I said, she goes, a lot of men think that way. I said, well, that's nice. I said,
Elvis Presley.
Oh, a giant, right? The dumbest fucking human being. that got away with such shit. When I see a guy called, I'm going to throw a name at you, Jack Durant. Remember Jack Durant? He used to do Clark Gable's secret. Can Clark Gable do this and spin around? That was talent. But when I, what's his name? The guy that we used to open for him all the time. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sammy Shore?
What?
Sammy Shore?
Yeah. He goes, Pat, yes, Sammy, come on down. He says, say hello to Els. I was, who the fuck is El? Big name, right?
Yeah.
He goes, come on. I said, I don't want to break his book. Come on. And I go back. And I'm talking about the fucking mob. And I'm going to talk Liberace had the same kind of mob. And Wayne Newton had great kinds of mob. Trust me. They outdrew Sinatra's 10 times over. No disrespect for Sinatra. And I turn around and he's going, and he's throwing out handkerchiefs. And he's going, baby, and he comes walking out sweating. And I go, hey, Els, I says, you ought to go in the haberdashery business. And he looks at, that's the Sammy Shore. What's a copycat that? And he didn't understand because he throws the fucking handkerchiefs out. I was trying to tell him you ought to sell fucking handkerchiefs. And he's going, no, buddy. That's a cocksucker. He's coughing all over you, this fucking guy. But it helped Sammy. Sammy got a lot of work at him.
He did.
And 2 Jews you worked for got you laid somewhere in the book.
2 Jews?
Yeah. They were like Jewish brothers or something.
Steve's
Furriers.
putting on the glass.
They were 2
Furriers.
furriers.
The Furriers.
Oh, Amder and Kaufman.
Yes.
God love you, you lovely Jews. I love you, I love you, I love you.
Thank you, Steve.
I was 14 and a half on a weekend. I used to go to downtown to the Furrier place there. And they taught me how to be a brush on the Mouton lambs, you know. And he goes, Pat, Saturday afternoon you come. He says, I want to teach how to nail the Mouton lambs. I said, oh, Jesus, because I thought he meant Bhutan. The fuck did I know, you know? So he goes, I got a surprise for you. Was it Margaret or Mag? A tall woman. And I see Mouton lambs on the floor. I was about 14 and a half, 15. He says, she wants to take care of you. So I thought she wants to teach me to nail. Next thing I know, she gives me a hug and a kiss, takes my clothes off. But when I finish, she goes, can you go again? I says, I don't know if I went now for pee. I don't know if I peed. And the 2 Jewish guys said, now you're a Jew. Now you're a Jew. There's a heaven there up there. It's so fucking wonderful people. God, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. What a fucking life.
We're just, before we go, Pat, just tell us. I know you love Jimmy Durante. So tell us one thing about Jimmy.
Well, you want me to describe this man?
Yeah.
Okay. If people say, what does God look like? I'll say Jimmy Durante. They say, what? I said, think. This man had more love in his performance. Kindest man. He sang September Song. Nobody could sing it. Sinatra couldn't sing it. Perry Como. With that nose, singing it growly, you fell in love with him. You fell in love with him. One of a kind. Never said a bad word to anybody. Made some wonderful movies. There'll never be another one like him. If my granddaughter saw him now, they go, he's got a sore throat? We grew with great things that they don't say today, you know. What's this other guy says? His name is Ice-T. I said, what the fuck kind of a name is that? I said, can't you call yourself Joseph Schmuck or whatever? No, I'm not tape. I worked with 50 cents when he was a quarter. You know? And I'm laughing at these guys, and I'm saying, what the fuck? Can't they have a name? Kane West? What the fuck is a Kane West? Are we finished?
We're done.
Thank you, my buddy. It was a pleasure.
We just want to thank Todd Guerin, and we want to thank Steve Guerin for setting this up, and Neil Berkeley and Frank.
He stacked that up.
Frank Versa.
That bastard. He told me you'll beg for me, you son of a bitch.
Thank you, Pat. Pasquale
Now,
Caputo.
Pat, wait.
Wait, he's got to sign off.
Wait.
Take him out of bed. You said, take him out of bed. We love him.
Okay, wait.
He's got to sign off.
Sit down for a
He's got to
second,
sign off.
Pat. Please.
He's got to say
Wait,
goodbye.
sit down for a second, Pat.
I got to sit down for.
Yes. Or put the. Okay. I want you to tell everyone the name of your book.
Yes.
I don't know. What is the name of it? I forgot it.
It's How Dare You Say.
PatCooper, how dare you say, how dare me? And let me explain something. This is no bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote it with my friend Steve Garron, and it just was wonderful to do that because I never thought I could write a book, but I wrote a book, and it's not a number one, number two. It failed Ethiopia, but that's another story.
It's a great read.
But when I hear that what's his name is what the fuck is his name? The guy from The Godfather. I keep forgetting his name.
Pacino.
Who?
Pacino?
No.
De Niro?
De Niro.
De Niro.
Yeah.
When I hear he's doing a comedy, I want to throw up. There are millions of fucking people. He takes the fucking money. He's got to, he was good and analyzed this, and he was good and analyzed that, because there were good people around him. Okay? But now, he's saying, hey, I'll give you one. George Clooney, now he's amazing. I'm not going to be, he's threatening us. I'm not going to be handsome anymore, so I'm going to direct. Well, fuck you, George. You made $9 million fucking dollars, and now we're gonna feel sorry for you. God, you know what? You ought to direct your fucking brains. What the fuck is wrong with you? George Clooney now, he's not gonna fuck. He's threatening us. He made 3 bombs in a row. Now you know what's threatening? He knows it's fucking over. All that shit that he's been smoking all these fucking years is catching up on him.
This has been.
That it?
This has been Gilbert Gottfried's amazing Colossal podcast. And I'm here with my co-host Frank Santopadre at Nutmeg Studios with our engineer Frank Verderosa. And this has been one of the most tiring and easiest interviews I've ever
I'm
done.
sweating. I'm dropping dead with a fucking. My knee's killing me, and you're laughing. Now when he leaves, you're gonna go fuck him.
And please buy Pat Cooper's
Don't
book.
buy it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Get it for nothing. Get it for nothing.
How dare you say how dare
It's
me?
a great book, but get it for nothing. No one wants to pay for this. I just went to a bookstore that's selling George Raft, who's been dead 80 fucking years.
Pat, thanks for doing
Cooper,
this, buddy.
everybody.
It's got to be.
Anyway, let me get out of
Thanks,
here.
buddy. You're a treasure.